Right, YouTube, it's Big Mike. Without further ado, retro. Back to standard format. So, thought we'd do another pickups video. Cheers. Right, so this might be the possibly one of the biggest pickups videos we've done. I think we've had quite a few bits come in. So, a few deals have been made with other tubers and things. So, without further ado, let's get on with it. So, your first one, I've got probably I know I've overpaid for this really, but I wanted it. It came up. I think they had it on for 55 plus 350 postage. I messaged them saying would they do a deal on it. I paid for it straight away and everything. You know, they didn't really get back to me. And then he dropped it down to 45 plus postage, and I said, would you take 40? And he didn't get back to me. So I just ended up paying the 45 and 350 postage. Because I think if it went below that, people would start bidding on it. So it didn't possibly go over where it was to. So it is Chase HQ on the Spectrum plus 3 disc. Actual proper box. And game and everything. These 5mm protectors, absolutely brilliant. In sort of average condition. The guy was like, oh, it's in good condition. I've got better condition boxes, but you know, that makes all the difference. I mean, I could probably cheekily take that label off myself and re-glue it onto another box, but nah, this is how it's meant to be anyway, wasn't it? So it is missing the instructions, but I do have the instructions on the other one that I bought the other week. Has the ocean bag, which is always nice, and the official disc. So I do have one of these discs. My one is all smashed along here. Still works, but you don't really want, as a collector, you want sort of nice condition stuff, don't you? So yeah, so unfortunately, it's the first one I've seen Chase HQ plus 3 and disc come up in the 6 years I've been collecting, or 7 years I've been collecting now. So yeah, so I picked it up. You know, plus 3 collecting is really tough to get hold of. The games now, they're getting harder and harder to find, or they seem to be anyway. So when you see them, you've got to put your money where your mouth is and pull the trigger. So really chuffed though to get that. So that's Chase HQ on the plus 3. One of the finest games, real good arcade conversion. Despite what you say, City Steve, I enjoy it. But you've had the arcade cab, and you so nothing's going to compare to that. Certainly not the C64 version anyway, eh? Right. Next, a couple of games I've been after for a little while. I've been waiting for them to come down in price. I'm not sure if I've showed this one. I might have showed it. But it is Call of Duty World War II. I think I might have showed this last time. I'm not sure, but I've included it anyway because I wasn't sure. I got this from CEX for £10. I've wanted this since it came out. But it's not worth buying games when they come out. It's so expensive. Give it a month or two and they'll come down in price. So World War II, Call of Duty World War II. I've got that. I've been after it for a while, so picked that up for a tenner. On the Xbox One X, which I'd prefer to get on because it's more powerful, it's 15. So I'm not going to pay an extra £5. I'll get it on the PlayStation. So that's that one. This one I've been after for a long time. I was supposed to be a live stream on it the other night, and as you know, if you've watched my live streams, my PS4 is bitten the dust. It's broken. It's failing to work correctly. But if you turn it upside down, it seems to work. So the game in question is God of War. Been after this for a long time. Seen it. It looks really cool. I did actually do a live stream of it. I was crap. And I got my rear end handed to me on it. But what a breathtaking game. Really, if you can see the graphics there, really mind-blowing. I'll probably do another playthrough of this. But yeah, so I managed to pick this up for just under 27, 26 something. So on eBay. So that was quite cool. I was waiting for it to go down to 25, but this game really is holding its price. I think it's got like 94% on Metacritic. which is a really ridiculously high score. So a great game, which I need to improve my skills on. So right, the next couple actually is a surprising thing. Bought one from Game. I don't usually use Game a lot because they're not really that competitive anymore. Their prices are rubbish, especially when it comes to new stuff. But I will say that on their second-hand stuff, some of the stuff's becoming competitive. So I picked up Assassin's Creed Origins on Xbox One, and I've been after this game for a while. Was waiting for it for the right price, and I think it's about £16 second hand. So I had like £1 something as well, so or £2 I think. So it's like £13.50 or something to pick this up, which is pretty good. So I was chuffed to get that. So I picked that up, used the game credit I had, and yeah. So you might want to know when you're checking for your prices for the newer console stuff. They won't be competitive for new games really, unless they've got a special deal on. But for the second-hand stuff, if you're going for eBay and CEX, Game is sort of hitting the mark again now, so they can be cheaper than both of those. So have a look, price it up. But another one I managed to pick up, I've been after for a while as well. Really been after this. Really looks really good. Really looking forward to playing it. Is Far Cry 5. I've been after this for a while since it came out. I really struggle not to pick this up straight away. Looks great. Really looking forward to playing it and putting it on and giving it a go. And yeah, I think I picked this up for 22 second hand, so which is pretty good. I think you pick up like 28 or 30 new now. So, but 22, or it might have been 99, but I think it's 22. It's a good price for that one. Right, right. Next couple of ones. Actually, I've got Budokan up on the shelf that I'm not going to get down. I done a deal a couple of weeks ago, mispriced a few things and didn't do too well in the deal really. But met a new contact in the game collecting scene. Good guy called Glenn. He's done a bit better out of me than what he should have done really. I think sort of mispriced things. Mispriced a couple of things and got confused with things. I had a few things going on that week, and Glenn got a good deal on that one. Hopefully I'll get the better deal on the next one if you're watching, Glenn. But he certainly had a good deal. I lost out a little bit. It's going to cost me a lot more to replace the games than what I sold them for. But that's my fault. I didn't price it up correctly. And whenever you do a deal, you should always check your prices and price accordingly. Work out what it's going to cost you to collect. But he was after a few games I had in my collection. I was a bit short of bunts that week. And I looked at the games that he wanted, and it wasn't anything particularly rare that you couldn't reobtain, if you know what I mean. There's a couple of games I didn't want to let go. And one of the games I shouldn't have let go. He wanted... I still can't think of the game's name now. But it was two Mega Drive shooters, and I got confused with and sent him Twin Hawk by accident. I think I priced up Twin Hawk, and it was actually another Mega Drive shooter he wanted. And yeah, that one was worth more money. So yeah, that more my own fault. So yeah, but we did the deal. Glenn was happy. I've made a new contact. And I'm sure we'll be doing many deals in the future, but I don't think we get one as good as that one. So I know he's happy with the games. It's always nice to games to go to another collector, and I'll be replacing the games anyway. So, but right. So the next ones we've been getting really ones I've been after for a little while. Well, I haven't been after this one for a little while, but it is one of my favourite games of all time. So, which is Golden Axe, and this is the Japanese version, which I believe I picked this up for under a tenner. So for under a tenner, one of my favourite games of all time. In fact, the only game I've ever been addicted to. So yeah, why not for £10? I mean, this usually goes about 20 to 30, I think, for Japanese version. But I think I paid £7 something, £7 something, and £3.50 maybe delivery. So yeah, Golden Axe. So that's the to fill in the voids that I've left in my collection. But yeah, basically those voids are nearly gone anyway. Anyway, now with games I had hanging around and sitting about. And the next one is a game that I mentioned last week that I was after. Yeah, I've been after this one for a while. There's 2 versions of this, or maybe even be 3 from what I understand. I'm not 100% sure. The boys did try and tell me, but I didn't really fully understand. But yeah, I'm after this. This is the last one to complete a collection on the Mega Drive. And it is the Thunder Force 3. It's a Genesis version. So the case is knackered. It doesn't stay shut, which is annoying. But I'll just change the case over. The kiddie had this up for 40 quid plus postage. I cheekily put into him, will you take 30 and I'll pay you now? And he accepted. But like I say, the case is broken. The manual's in there. It is in English instruction manual. I didn't notice at the time the cart is a bit. I didn't realise that it's a bit bashed up, the cart. So we'll do a replacement on that. We'll do a replacement on the cart at some point. But I have the game now. It's on the shelf. So Thunder Force 3. So now I have all the Thunder Forces. I've just got to look out for a nicer condition cart, and I'll change them over. You know, and I'll change the box with a better condition one. So that's those. And like I said, I do have Budokan. I replaced. I had Budokan before. Obviously, I sold it to Glenn in a bundle that we did, and also, but my replacement is missing the instructions, but it is the older style boxes, and the whole box is completely there, and it shuts together nicely, and it's got the hang tab. And that is a real rarity. So I can probably pick up a Budokan instructions or buy another Budokan, whip the instructions out. But to get that case fully complete without any smashes on it, or, you know, because the original sort of EA sort of clamshell plasticky, they're like almost like a plastic mould. They're like moulded, and they go very, very brittle, and yeah, they generally got cracks on them or they're shattered somewhere. So to get that for that fully complete case is nice, and we can pick the manual up afterwards. Right, now for the last couple of bits. Yeah, I've always been after one of these for the Super Nintendo, because well, I need to basically, I've got 2 Game Boy Colors, and they're okay. Do you know what I mean? They're okay, but I really would like to get hold of one of these modded Game Boys with the backlit screen. So yeah, so, you know, trying to angle it with the light and all that. I mean, it's all right in here. We've got the strip light, it usually lights up the game. But I really would like to get a nice one of those modded Game Boys with the nice colour backlight. So I'll be probably selling my Game Boy Colors. So to play my Game Boy games at the moment, I've got a Super Game Boy. Just unboxed. It wasn't in the box or anything. I think I picked this up for a tenner. I think it was £7 something in postage. So get one of these for 10 quid. I thought it was a pretty good deal, and it means I can play the old games on the old Game Boy games on the big screen. So I'll be happy with that, and it's in nice clean condition. It's not yellowed or anything. It's pretty clean and pretty cool. So 10 quid, we'll have one of those all day long. The next one is, as you know, I'm going for a full Team 17 collection. So this is Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed. It's Assassin. So I get used to saying Assassin's Creed nowadays, isn't it? The original Assassin on the Amiga. This isn't actually the original, it's a special edition, which I believe is easier than the original one. I do have the big box original of this, but it's not in the greatest of conditions. So I'm actually looking to replace it with a cleaner, bigger, better one. Not bigger, but cleaner, better condition box. The special edition, I believe they made it slightly easier. I think they might have done levels. Not sure. I'd have to have a look into it. So that's Assassin Special Edition. And now on to the first part of a deal that I put together with Cindy Steve. A deal that we've been sort of building up for a while. This is due to myself messing around, really. Steve had something I wanted. I've chucked a few him in the direction of a few good deals and that, as he does with me. If we see good deals and think the other person be interested, we chuck it back and forth, like, you know. So yeah, so we've been putting this deal together for probably about 6 months to a year, and I finally got my finger out and got my end of the bargain up together, and we did a swap. I swapped IK Plus with Steve for a said item. And then with that said item, I wanted, Steve had some Amiga games that I wanted, some disc onlys. I believe there was a Project X Special Edition boxed, but for some reason that's not here. It's probably fallen down somewhere, and I'll have to dig it back out. But I believe there was a Project X limited Special Edition, same as like with the Assassin's Creed, same sort of size box to go towards my full Team 17 collection. So we'll start off with the disc onlys, or the these aren't disc onlys, sorry, the loose discs. There's a project there, yeah, there is a project. So there's the discs, but I do have the box as well. So we've got Project X. This is one I'm really after. I'm gonna have to do a bit of sabotage to one of my boxes. I do have two R-Type basically, if I let it out in the back, I don't know. I do have two R-Type Spectrum boxes, but the R-Type box is the same box for all the things. They're all Amiga boxes, basically. So if I remove the label on the box, I can make it into an Amiga thing. And then we've got R-Type, the full price release disc. That then R-Type at the moment is between £80 and £100 game on the Amiga. So to get that, I'm well pleased. Steve did me a real good deal with these games. I'll show the rest in. I'll show you the rest of the boxes. So, yeah, Steve done me a really good deal on these games. He could, if he sold these privately, he could have got a lot more money. Definitely a lot more money. But he always sorts me out, and you know, when I can with him as well, vice versa. That's how it works with the tubes, isn't it? We're all friends. We all like to help each other out. So, the first one is Wings. This is a great Amiga game. It's in okay condition. I'll put it in one of these box protectors for now, because I bought some more of these, the Amiga box protectors, because I had a few games I wanted to protect. So this is Wings. I have a sort of an updated version of this on the GBA, which is pretty cool. So it'd be nice to see these two side by side. So yeah, it's in okay condition, sort of medium condition. But it's but Steve, like with all the deals I do with Steve showed me everything, all the board up front first, and if you're happy with it, then you know you do the deal. If you're not happy with it, you don't have it, do you? So this is in impeccable condition, which is Mr. Heli on the Amiga. Absolutely brilliant. I've got this now. Got this on the Amiga and on the Spectrum disc as well, actually. So yeah, this is in lovely condition. Got a feeling it should have had instructions. I'm not sure. But it does have the poster. But if you look at the condition of this, like, this is like brand new. It really is in impeccable condition. Really, really nice. So, yeah, really nice. Like I say, you see on the box, a CMVG hit, computer and video games hits, back in the day. And if I open it, you see you can. It includes the poster. I won't open it up. It's there. It's all clean, and the disc is there. So really chuffed with that one. Really pleased with that. It's a lovely condition. That'll be go nice in the collection. So I'm really chuffed with that one. And more towards my completing the full Team 17 collection now, which is, oh, that's going to slide, isn't it? An avalanche of games. Yeah, no, actually, we'll go to the other one first, because this isn't as good. This is Top Gear 2. Steve did say to me it's not in very good condition. I said that's all right. I'll just have it. And you know, he done all these for an absolutely incredible price. Really good price. But this is just sort of like less than average condition. But Steve did point that out. But I said no, I want it anyway. You know, so you know, so Steve chucked that in, so it's not a problem. So chuff for that. And the last one, or yeah, so I didn't want to have larger games is happening. Right, so and the last one is the last of the games, that is the Team 17 collection. Obviously I do have all of these games, but I am going for a full collection of Team 17. So it is part of the Team 17 releases. So to do a full collection, you need the full library, don't you? So, so yeah, it's all there. It's all nice and clean. The discs are there. The manuals are there. It's nice, in good condition. And like I say, the price Steve did for me was really, really good. So, all right, there's one more part to this deal, and then the video will be done. So, and here's my final pickup, which is an original Amiga 500, which I've done a swap with Steve for the boxed IK Plus. I've still got my 1200. I'm going to send it off to be recapped, and all the sort of recapped, cleaned out, hard drive sorted, everything done to it. But I think there's no school like the old school, so you got to be going back to the 500 and loading off discs. But make sure you clean the discs before you put them in, because there's a lot of mouldy discs out there. So. Right, we're going to do this last bit in shaky hand cam, because it's getting late and I want to finish this video. I've been making it for quite a while. There's been quite a few pickups. I think it's one of the biggest pickups videos we've done. Really pleased with the Amiga 500 that I've had off Steve's. Nice and quiet drive, really working nicely. Loading from discs, there's no hassle to me. It's more nostalgic doing that than running off a hard drive, to be honest, for me. So, okay, YouTube, like, comment, share and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.